Welcome to another Money Magnet show. Today we're not gonna do some introduction because apparently I realized that some of the intro videos having some issues. So we're gonna go right directly into the show itself. So happy Thursday, guys. Hope you guys are having a very good time and you guys are taking care of yourself as always in COVID situation, always like that. Got the follow SOP, because right now apparently there's a new virus, apparently, I guess, new variant itself, Omicron. I don't know how to spell it, but apparently it seems to be very deadly itself. So guys, always take care of yourself. Now, today itself is a very special one itself because I'm doing this show myself apparently. So because Eddie is not here, so this is me, Eldon. I put down there so you guys are over there, so you guys won't get mistaken. So yes, Eldon here. Oh, apparently Eddie is in. Okay, let's just wait for him for a little while. Okay, all right. Let me get him in. Eddie, you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi guys. How you
Okay, I
guys
thought
doing?
you're gonna skip this. I thought you're gonna skip
No,
this itself.
not gonna skip this. But a bit rushed today. Hi everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Today's stream we ain't gonna play those music opening like how we used to. Is because there's some copyright issues apparently that we are too famous. That's why all the music jokes aside. But yeah, Facebook and their copyright. So now we're gonna start the show with ourselves. We know that not everybody will be here. It usually take about 10 minutes before everybody start entering. But I do suggest anybody who's been following our show today is going to be very special. I'm not just saying it because I say it every single time, but we do our best every single week to give you the best info we have. Today, I think we have Eldon will be sharing you guys a lot of tips about Facebook advertising. So yeah, Eldon, take it from
Yeah,
here.
gonna teach you how to make it rain, guys. How to do Facebook the right way. All right, let us start by sharing our screen first. Okay, let's go, guys. All right, so first of all, how to generate 300 leads per week consistently on Facebook itself. Now, these are some of the techniques, methods, or secrets that I used to do it personally myself as well as my clients out there. Now, 300 is, of course, as estimation. If you have higher budget, definitely you are more likely to reach that amount of leads. All right. But before that, we're gonna start by saying that my background, me and Eddie, well, we used to do a lot of startups itself. We help companies raise funds. You've probably seen our works also on some of these news portals itself and some brands out there as well. So one of the awards is that we have shortlisted as one of the top 3 startups in Asia as well. So that are some of our background itself, and we've raised probably up to date around like $5 million for businesses as well. And we've done so much on digital marketing itself that I cannot imagine to actually explain how much we've spent and used on digital marketing itself. All right, so why are we doing this itself? Well, this is for those of you who are new here, who have not known what we do. Well, the Money Magnet Show is a weekly show where we're sharing tips, strategies, and insights of making successful digital money magnets. And Facebook advertising is one of the most, in fact, one of my used tools to generate consistent income for my own business and my clients' businesses as well. All right. So why do we do what we do? We want less digital businesses to fail. That is the main reason why we are doing. We started out this on a pandemic, and we have always consistently show up almost every week to give you guys values beyond price. Okay, beyond price. That basically the things that we are giving you guys are nearly priceless because no one else is willing to share all of this without
I
actually.
won't I won't say I won't say priceless,
So what?
but to be honest, people will charge you about 5-6 figure to what we are doing right here. What we are
Yeah.
saying, although here's the thing, Facebook organic isn't as good as how it used to be. Therefore, you can see that the number of views we have isn't a lot. But I can assure you the values that we are giving you guys is as good as the value that others are giving at the price about 10s, 5 figure, 6 figure, some even
Yeah.
7 figure business advice.
But one of the bad news here, guys, is that we are going to change our model very soon. All right. So what you're getting here for free, we will start charging in the future as well. So what you're getting here is like one of the best on one of the last shows that we are doing itself to give you guys the best value out there. So for you guys, do follow us. Basically, you can add me and AD as friends itself. We can totally connect in there. But before that, don't worry, the show is going on and we are not going to charge anyone at the moment yet. So gonna go from here to 100x. So me and AD is a part of our 100x team. So definitely, if you're an entrepreneur, want to learn a lot of new skills out there, and definitely do consider joining the 100x.com itself right there. 100xconnects.com, because this is basically one of the best places where you guys can get immense value, not just for me, but from other speakers out there as well, other experts out there, from health, from finance, from so much more. So Money Magnet ourselves is just one of the shows that have shown you guys how to make consistent money online. Now, coming to the meat of the show, Facebook or Face Boom. All right. Yes,
Face
not
boom.
because my glasses, because I'm going to get serious already. For real, because Facebook or Face Boom itself. Let's just talk about the most important thing that everybody wants to talk about on Facebook, right? The situation after iOS 14. Whew. It's been a long time since I had a challenge on Facebook, and this is one of the huge ones there, because it has caused lots of businesses to shut down. It also caused lots of businesses to not perform at their best as well because of iOS 14. And guys, this is
Some businesses were profiting, and after iOS 14, they are making a loss. They had no choice but to cut the business off because of this issue.
exactly right. And today we're gonna talk about how you guys can manage this. And it takes me quite some time to actually learn the skills itself on how to manage this itself. All right. So
Long
this
story
is an
short, you
example.
use.
Correct.
I would say
I'm
long
gonna show you
story short.
some of the strategies that I use as well. This is basically what it is. Before iOS 14, you have iOS users. All right. After iOS 14 updates, you technically don't have enough users. All right. Facebook audience, if you are running Facebook ads itself, get cut significantly lower. Right. And just think about it. Those people who own, say, iPhone, right? Own Apple phones. Those are the ones who actually have the money to spend 10K, 20K. If you're selling a high ticket offer, those are the target audience who you want to go. What happened now? Well, you can't. It's gone already. And it has caused lots of big businesses, big and small. In fact, all small businesses are having very, very huge trouble because of this update itself. But don't worry, you watch throughout this show, we're going to show you some simple hacks or tips that can actually help you improve your conversion itself. And these guys are fresh from the oven. Not many people will share with you because this is fresh, okay? Now, let me tell you guys why the difference with this is so important. Well, because there's a lesser audience, as you can see on iOS 14 right here. What happens when there is higher demand and lesser so-called products? In this case, I hate to call it products, but basically these are users, these are people, you and me, right? And there are so little users here, high demand, prices go up. So this is an example of what this, I call it the 𝗶𝘂𝘂𝘂𝗯𝗲. Yes. In fact, yes, it's in fact a lot of businesses have to spend so much more. Let me show you another example. That's on 2021, that's 2020. People had to spend more to get the same results. And this is very painful. Imagine you're just, like we all know, like right now, broccoli, how much it costs, right? It's so much expensive as compared to the past, right? Yeah.
Previously it's like $3, and then overnight it just went to $5.
Yeah, let's not
crazy.
talk more about that, because that one is you getting into political already. But yes, for those of you who knows what I'm talking about, you know lah, right? But basically, there's a lot of issue right now. Cost is rising a lot. Businesses is struggling. Facebook is also, the cost of ads increase a lot, and that's how powerful Apple is. They don't care. They can say, no, I don't care about small businesses. Let them die. I'm gonna do my update. So what if they die? So that's for other people, it is really, really painful, right? But since we are achievers, we don't always talk about the things that we cannot control. We talk about things that we can control. Therefore, we are here to actually help you to probably help your businesses much better itself. All right. So let's continue. Okay, one of the suggestion for us to do is that Facebook apparently gives much more uh, placement that you can do.
Placement.
That's Facebook, that's Instagram, there's stories. In the past, I've always used Facebook newsfeed, only Facebook newsfeed. But then I realized that the cost per conversion is so expensive. I use automated placement these days. In fact, automated placement, which means it's all the other placement, they will actually pick which is the best ones for you based on the budget you have allocated. So this is one of the things
Here,
that I've done.
I want to say something about this. Yeah, for those you guys who is skeptical about placement, right? So there's always two camps. Okay, camp number one is those people say that Facebook just wants to eat my money. No way in hell if I'm gonna put automatic placement, they're gonna give me the best result. Facebook just wants my money. All right. But on the other hand, this is Facebook's argument. They say that how would you know where the audience are, to be specific, where the eyeballs is? Perhaps the eyeballs isn't in newsfeed. Perhaps the eyeballs is in stories instead. But how would you know? Because you are basing on your own opinion as opposed to Facebook, which is backed up by numerous data and things that is not even seen by human on machine learning AI. That is how it actually does its automatic placement. So on one hand, if somebody is gonna argue, say no, Facebook is just gonna eat my money, well, I can't say no to that. Okay. But on the other hand, I also encourage you guys to understand that how do you know about Facebook algorithm? How do you know it so well that your ad, shouldn't be in the stories, shouldn't be Instagram and only on Facebook?
Yeah.
That's for you to think about.
Now, although this is just a small suggestion, right? The reason why I suggest you to go into all other platforms here is that because the bigger brands out there will primarily dominate Facebook newsfeed, and then that's going to be very expensive. All the other placement, although I can assure you that the leads may not be as qualified as Facebook newsfeed, which is the best ones, but it's because all the other bigger brands are not on there. It gives you a chance to be a part of there. Now, the question here is, should you trade off a lower quality lead for cheaper price? In my opinion, yes. The reason why is that now is the only time you can do this. Eventually, the bigger brands might opt to go to all the other platforms, other placement, you'll lose out. So it's a time and versus money game here. My suggestion, try it, go automated, go all placement, and see how it works for you. For myself, it works perfectly fine. In fact, much better. Lower cost per lead, same results. All right? Same conversion itself. Now, let me talk with you on some of the ways to increase Facebook ad results. Definitely, you must have your pixels. These are actually web cookies, but then we know web cookies is not really doing so well. Therefore, you need to set up your conversions API. This is actually server tracking. It's different from web cookies here because iOS has blocked cookies itself. Therefore, the only way you can do this is use server tracking or set up your conversion API because that's one of the ways you can push forward. All right. Other than that is the usual one. You have to verify your domain. Most businesses that are spoken to with as well, when I talk about conversion API, they don't even know what's that. Or they can complain and say, my ad's not doing well, I stopped already. But that's not what you should be doing. You should be finding ways to fix problems, finding ways to solve situations like this instead of running away. Because a lot of businesses is having this problem. And if you fix this, you'll be one of the early ones. Therefore, you can able to ride the wave. So every problem, there's an opportunity, right? If there's no cars, what do we do? Well, find something.
We fly.
Well, there's no fossils, right? No fossil fuel. Then what do you do? Find battery, right?
Electric
So
car.
that's an example. So problem to find for a solution. Right now, it's the same thing as well. Everybody is having trouble with Facebook ads. If you can solve this, you'll be one who will ride the high tide wave. All right. So what I mean by high tide means more money to you as well. All right. Now, ad account setup. This is practically the most important thing. One of the most important thing in helping your Facebook to get consistent leads, like what I used to do, about 300 leads, okay? And what I consistently used to do as well, even today. So let me explain more to you about ad account setup. I know this is going to be slightly more advanced because I'm actually getting reviews from people say that, yeah, you guys share all top basic tips only, top one only. No, not really in-depth one. So today I'm going to go slightly much more in-depth. I'm actually testing the water, see whether my viewers, especially you guys are watching in this, hopefully you guys can understand what I'm trying to share with you. All right.
Yeah, that's
So
that's
because
a
I'm trying to
trade-off.
base who are my viewers actually, at what
Yeah,
level they are, so that we can speak coherently. But if this is a little bit too advanced, do let me
advanced.
know on the chat itself. Some of you guys I know prefer to PM me or WhatsApp me, so do let me know on that as well. All right. So coming down to the ad account setup, this is how it should look like. All right. Like I told you guys, it can be a little bit more advanced today, but bear with me because these are values that is very difficult to absorb. All right. But once you know how it is, you basically know how to play a slot machine that you can always win. What I mean by that, put $1 in, $2 out. All right. So
So
that's
what
what I
is
mean.
tofu? Top
All
of
right.
funnel, what's you?
Yes, the top of the funnel. FU is funnel. Yeah. So
Oh,
not to FI, but it's meant for top of the funnel. So if you're gonna set up a Facebook ad account, it's normally work on, in this case, showing from left to right. So let's talk about the first top of the funnel first. Top of the funnel is actually Facebook ads that objective that you use, which is awareness, engagement, traffic, and video views. All right. Then you can set your ad set here. Is basically your interest or your
target
target
audience.
interest group itself. All right.
Yeah.
And then here you can set ads. So Tofu, those are the campaigns that you should set from here. Mofu, these are actually middle of the funnel. People probably have bought things from you before. All right. People who are in this case, what I would like to say um it is more towards like lookalike audiences. But before I go into that, let me explain for what tofu means. Most of the ads that I used to run tends to be more educative and tends to be non-salesy. You're just showing value, all right? Showing
Giving
value.
value.
And even value
Yeah.
itself, it can be a very pretty woman holding your product, like that. Yeah. That is value. Why? The girl is very pretty. That itself, yes, I'm telling you this one, real, really real. Non-salesy, just a girl holding a product, or just explain what you need to do. But one of the best one is actually videos that explain what you do, all right, or how your product have helped people's lives. It can be educative as well, which I suggest you guys, because educative video tends to have higher views. People want to watch longer. Facebook will reward you by giving you higher exposure itself. Now, Mofu campaigns, normally in this case, I say lookalike audiences. Lookalike audience in this case are like your buyers that you have their contact details, name, email, phone number. You can actually create a lookalike audience in Facebook. I won't go too much in depth with that because
Wait,
it's going to take a lot of time.
let me say about this. So for Mofu, right, in short, you create a custom audience based on the customer data. Take that customer data, you create a lookalike audience. Right now, you have two audience. So the lookalike audience is based on the custom audience who have purchased something from your business, name, email address, phone number, and all. So they can actually track and duplicate more or less alike, and you can play around with from 1,000 all the way to 50,000, and that's practically the best range you should select for lookalike audience.
Yep. All right. Last but not least is for Bofu is basically the bottom of our funnel. Mainly what we use is for retargeting, but we'll get more into that. Firstly, for Mofu, you can actually have direct response itself because these are clients who are very, very similar to your audience itself. Therefore, you can actually go direct response, such as sign up now, because you know that they are similar to your current clients, right? It can be slightly more aggressive. That's why I put sign up now. So last but not least is the Bofu campaign. This one is actually my favorite. In fact, have given me the most amount of results. So Bofu campaign can be similar to be like people who have been to your webinar, been to your website, you retarget them again. All right. Those people who didn't buy or those people who did not attend your webinar, you can use that to retarget them as well. All right. So the ad set as well in this case I normally use retargeting basic on traffic visits. I'll show you the connection on tofu, mofu, and bofu later. All right. But basically this is how an ad account should look like. Now, what's the characteristics of Bofu campaign? Right, bottom of the funnel. It can look something like that. Direct response, sign up now. It can be super highly aggressive, like last chance, now or never. It can be something like, why you didn't take up my offer? Not good, is it? Or you can say, why you didn't attend to my webinar? Not good. You can even do funny things like, hey, we know you didn't buy this. We're giving you 50% off or even 90% off, just to go and trickle them and see whether they really take action or not. Well, some
Sometimes
businesses,
you,
it works actually.
you
It
can,
works. Give 10%
yeah.
discount. They take one. I'm telling you. Especially those people who visit your website didn't do. Back then, what I used to do is that I normally do email funnels. I only send them emails when they don't buy my products. I only send them emails when they don't take action on my website. But what I realized is that because they visit on my website and they check their email only once per day. If I'm lucky, they didn't delete my mail. But Facebook is always there and they check on their Facebook almost every day, probably 1,000 times a day, or I don't know, right? I but I know they check on their Facebook very frequently as compared to their emails. So this is one of the reasons why I say that it's very, very this is one of the mistakes I used to do. What I change is that now I know that it's important to retarget them back on Facebook as well. Back then, I
Yeah.
just thought, oh, I'm just going to do email, give them 10% off, or they didn't buy, and I forget it. That was wrong. I should have done that on Facebook. If I've done that, I would be so much more richer than right now. My clients will pay me so much more. But this is something what I realized, and I
I
don't want you
give
to make the same mistake as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I give you guys an illustration of what Elton has mentioned just now, right? So if like for example, some customer who has already come inside your to your shop or restaurant or whatever, they purchase something from you and they generally like your product. They are happy with your service, okay? So if you don't retarget them, it's just like by chance, okay? By chance is a hit and run. They come inside your store the first time they buy, and that's it. You have to look for customer who only come to your store first impression and they buy. How many chances do you think you can score a girl with just one night where you say, hey, hi, can I have your number? Let's go to a hotel. Imagine that. What are the chances? Okay, you have to do so many approach. What are the chances of you getting? But what if this girl actually approach you or you approach her and then in the end you guys actually end up happy ever after, and then it's easier for you to score the second night, the third night, and the fourth night because both of you are happy, you guys hit it off happily, right? So exactly the same as retargeting. It's like you already have them by the hook. Maybe you already have them the hook, they're happy with you. Next time you just call again and then you reach out to them again. And retargeting ad, it could also be, let's say somebody who's really interested in buying your product, but for whatever reason, internet down. For whatever reason, somebody called, they have to go. So they got distracted. And then real case, I didn't retarget people. And then I start by selling the entire webinar. Do you know what happened? They get pissed off because I never send them a reminder. They say, why you never tell me earlier? And then I said, hey, what? I already sent one time already. They say, hey, you never send to me. I don't know actually the date is that day. I already want to go inside. Then they say, oh, offer off already. But not, you know how we all is. We are not that bad, right? So I had to go and at the back and then I said, okay, I give you free. You can just take it for free this time. Okay. Then you try to get the customer happy again, but you don't want to go through that. So retargeting them is a sort of a reminder that they already want to buy. You just give a little what the Joker say,
Push.
a little push, right?
Yeah.
Your ad could even be like, hey, I noticed that you didn't buy my product. Aren't you unhappy with whatever result you are getting? Why aren't you taking action to do something to actually change your life? Aren't you tired for not getting results? Something like that. And then people feel, oh yeah, damn, I should be the one there. You talk to them as if it's a friendly manner. Then they
Yeah.
resonate more with you. It's like, this guy knows me. This guy knows me.
Also,
Yeah,
you have
he
to
knows
speak
I
in a
don't
way
resonate.
that is it's like you've had a relationship with them already. You met them once a while, all right? That's the reason why only these kind of ads like, why didn't you take the offer? Don't you want any results? Those kind of things, right? You can only do that in the bottom of the funnels. You can't do that at top of the funnels. If in the top of the funnel, they have never met you before, they don't know who you are and say, why you don't want results? People go and click X already. But if they know who you are and then you talk to them in that way, they will actually resonate to you way much more better. It's like meeting someone the first time asking, can I have your number? No, that doesn't work. It actually normally works in Mofu, which is more or less like friends of a friend, lookalike audience. You know that they are interested because they are friends of a friend of someone who bought already. And of course, Bofu itself. But Bofu is the best one because you can do the why didn't you take the offer? Well, even Mofu, I don't do that. Mofu, I just put sign up now. Right. So an example, this is how it looks like. Awareness, engagement, traffic, or actually just ignore the top one. I think there's a repeat in this case. Most of the budget I will go only for tofu, 20%. Although there's a lot of difference, I only put only 20% based on that. The reason why is because 20% is enough for you to get the results on your bottom of the funnel, Bofu, and your Mofu itself. This itself is really good. Now, one of the things I realized is that I've always, because I put nearly 80% of the budget on Mofu and Bofu, I focus so much effort on that. I totally forget about the top one, the tofu ads itself. Then one day I said, no, I need to stop. Things are not working really that well. What I can do to get even more result, right? Then I actually focus on this, the tofu ad, which is only carrying only 20% of budget. To my surprise, my Bofu ads increase by conversion by nearly 50%. That means
Surprising.
the small tweak that I did here actually trickles down to Bofu a lot. So tofu is actually the first impression. People think that, oh, awareness, engagement, traffic not so important as conversion. That is wrong. We all know that first impression is important. So make sure your tofu ads, although you're only putting only 20% budget, is your best first impression. You need to make people like you first. Nobody likes you on the first time when they know your personality. Nobody even cares your personality. That's the sad thing. First impression is important. You have to be somebody that they like at first. All right. So your tofu ads needs to be great. Then comes down to your retargeting. It can be, I wouldn't say bad as well. All ads are also equally important. You need to focus a lot on that. But generally, I would say do not forget about your tofu ads itself because that is your first impression. First impression can already sell. And one of the funny thing is my tofu ads can sometimes outperform my retargeting ads, and I seriously can laugh like crazy. This is because that my tofu ads, I spend so much energy onto it. I make the first impression so great that's enough to convert people already.
Question. Between awareness, engagement, traffic, and video views, which would be your recommendation, or is there a split between the four?
Okay. This is how Facebook works. Facebook is such a huge company. They spend so much on tech. They know exactly who are the people likely to behave. So when you use video views, it's not saying that you're targeting people based on video views or traffic or which is better than the. That is not what it is. The secret with Facebook is if you choose your objective video views, they will send your video to people who are most likely to watch. There's a behavior in all of us. Some of us don't like watch Facebook videos. Some of us just like to like, share, and comment or become a keyboard warrior. Some of us just like to see things
Scroll
aware
only.
and then scroll only. Some
Yeah,
of us like to click
those
things.
weirdos who just
Yeah,
like to
so those
scroll
kind
people's
of
profile.
scroll here for our focus our awareness. So Facebook actually knows what kind of person you are and what your leads are most likely to be. And they will send your ads like this to those people who are most likely to act in any one of these. All right. So it doesn't mean that, oh, you do video views, you take away the rest. Don't do that. I tried it before. Do only awareness and video views, you're gonna kill yourself. Why? You have this is a little bit slightly more advanced. Your Bofu ads that works, retargeting ads, you need to grow it also. If you know it's working really well, you gotta put it in engagement as well, so that you get more likes, comments, and shares. You get more social proof. Then more people are more likely to click onto it. You get more conversions. That is how the game is being played. Like I said, it's slightly more advanced than usual. But don't worry, we are here to help you guys. So the other special thing that I've learned to do is to use user-generated ads. In this case, user-generated content. Now, this one looks like an ad, but at the same time, it doesn't look like an ad. That's why it works, because it's authentic. It's not super highly polished. It's the same thing why PH is not as good as PH, not the Malaysian one. PH is not as good as OnlyFans. Well, because normally OnlyFans are normally really user-generated content is more authentic. It's the same thing on Facebook
Yeah,
itself.
one of the reason is the research that mentioned why younger people like TikTok, because TikTok to them is generally more entertaining because it's more realistic and they have that sort of connection that is not those flashy high production video like YouTube. Hence,
Yeah.
it becomes more consumable. You are
Yep.
not stressed out watching the video. You're not like, okay, I need to watch this entire 15 video. Let me just put it beside at one of the tabs. Say I'm gonna come back because I know I'll get value, but it's just too stressful to watch the whole entire thing. While
Yeah.
TikTok is just 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds.
True. 15 seconds itself also.
Mm.
So it's like user-generated content as well. It's that it's not super hyped up. It's generally like one of your friends' posts. Therefore, people tend to spend more time on it. People tend to actually look at it more. And the results apparently is so much amazing. I thought that highly polished ad works better on Facebook. Not really. On my own experience itself, user-generated content is much better. Or in this case, user reviews as well. So it doesn't have to be super polished. Probably a video camera, your phone itself is good. Just ask them to send you their reviews on your products itself. It works amazing. Like as you can see the picture on the right itself, this wonderful lady here, it can be just about her or your customer sharing about your product itself. That is so much more believable than a company that puts a product with super high lighting and say the best product of the world. No, that doesn't work. This actually works way much better. It's more authentic. We are in an age of authenticity where people want to resonate with brand who doesn't fake, right? So I mean, all of us prefer authenticity. I prefer someone who is more real to me. So be real. It does help you. Now, the reason why I might bring this up to your attention here is because I've run multiple hundreds, in fact, if not nearly thousands of ads. All right. And I realized this: the only way that you can surefire to actually break through this iOS 14 situation is to come up with greater ads. This kind of things let me show you the structure of the ads, right? Is basically set one time and forget already. Because most of the ads that you're going to target, for example, age range, like you're targeting 18 all the way to 30 years old, you set it there. US, you can change male, female, Kuala Lumpur, PG, Petaling Jaya, Singapore, Australia, whatever. These are things that you can set. But the idea here is basically this is how it works like a machine. Once you build a machine, once you set it up, the creatives is more or less like your raw materials. If your raw materials, like the sugarcane, for example, or whatnot, is good, is great, is fresh, the ingredient that goes into the machine will more likely to produce a very good product later, right? The same thing as good ingredients make good dishes. So your creative is like your ingredient, and is the most, in fact, the second actually is more. I think if I were to put into categories, right, this one ad structure 60% of the effort. This one this one 40% of the effort. This one 60% of the effort. You should spend more time on creating good creative than trying to figure out whether is it awareness is good, whether is it video views is good, traffic is bad. I hear so many clients and I'm sick of it already. They say that my ad structure I already do already I see other people's ad structure even better. I want to follow them. You can. I assure you, you can. No problem. But you will realize that probably the difference is only slightly a little bit better. But I can tell you, if you have a good ad, right? Any good ad that you have from here will work with almost any ad structure. But if your ad structure, if
Interesting.
you're so die hard on the structure or ad structure, right, and your creative sucks, your ad structure won't doesn't work as well. I even try even a very very good creative. I put my ads under broad targeting, literally broad targeting, no age, male, female, all of them, no interest group, just blast. Okay, close my eye and blast that. The next day I see it's the highest performing one. Why? Because the ad is freaking good. So spend more time on creating ads. And I can tell you this, spend a lot of people don't like to use their mind to think of good ads because it takes energy, it takes time. Yes, but that's the time where you should be spending on, right? Because it's like the only thing that can differentiate you from your competitor. Your competitor can do this. Anybody can do this. But if you stand out on the creative, no one can replicate you if you do it that well. So it's like cars. Everybody can drive a car. But you, as a driver, of course, hopefully you're not from Penang. A good driver, you drive really well and be responsible driver. Go to speed limit. You can create very, very good things, and you'll be the one that will be the good driver and get your destination the correct way. All right. So this is also another way for you to differentiate yourself. Creative. That's the reason why people spend so much dollars on creative agencies, because the creative is the one that will change your business. Don't get so hard up on these ad sets. I'm not saying that just don't forget about this, right? But this, I'll put 40% of my effort. This 60%. Again, creative. All right, is important. In a new age generation, robots will take over almost anything. In fact,
Yeah.
this one day, robots will take over this ad
To
buying.
be honest, right? If I can summarize my entire near 10 decade of experience in marketing, business and startups and all the mistakes, trust me, all the mistakes I've made, I can only say one thing for sure. The more I do, the more I have to say I don't know. Only the data can tell me what the data knows. Because I used to spend so much hours to create one good ad. And I think this ad is it. This ad really is it. And then after that, I create another ad within few minutes, and that ad few minutes outperform the ad that I spent hours in. And I got so frustrated. I was like, okay, I have no idea what the heck is going on.
Yeah.
And it is the truth. It's like what you really think the customer wants isn't really what the customer wants.
Exactly.
Let
And
the
it's also
data
one
tells
of
you what it
the,
is.
yes, correct. Let the data tells you, but still focus your time on this creative itself and test more. There's a reason why I come up with 4, 5, 6. In fact, every week I try to come up with 2 different kind of creatives for my client or for myself itself to run my own businesses, because the creative is the one that will change. All right. Now, this is also comes down to my own personal fears itself. Yes, having your ad account disabled. Now, one of the things that I've learned from here, very, very painful lesson from Facebook. Every digital marketer, okay, it's like a rite of passage. You ain't a digital marketer until you face this. Once you got that, you got a badge called Digital Marketer Certified. It's because
It's
after you
annoying.
realize, yeah, it's annoying, but it's only
I had
after
to
you
give I have
pass
to give
through
like,
this.
your eyes. You have to give your IC, verify who you are. Your ad account
Exactly.
belongs to you. They'll cross check your IC, your phone number, and oh my god, it's crazy.
Yeah, because they want to know that
And,
whether
and,
or
and
not
the
you're a
worst
real
thing is,
person.
Facebook might accidentally disable or ban you
Yeah.
without you doing anything, even though you never run ad. Sure, also can kena, I tell you.
Yep. Well, here are some tips to actually help you guys to navigate this very, very painful thing. All right. So, number one, of course, follow Facebook policies. Also, I know Facebook, right? Your policies is not very, 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 very specific. It's gray line. Everything is gray line to you, right? So yes, but try your best to follow the ad policies there. Of course, don't try to sell products prohibited by Facebook. I just found out today from the 100x group that right now Facebook has already opened for crypto ads itself. So that's a good thing. But back then, if you try to run crypto ads, you get banned. The other thing is, of course, this one normal lah. Who doesn't like to be, who likes to be discriminated? Don't lah. Don't go and say don't buy this
Yeah.
don't buy that because of that person, whatever lah. Don't discriminate people lah. Come on, we're all humans, okay? The other thing is don't use
don't create an
misleading
ad
information.
uh
Yeah.
don't
No,
create an ad in terms of discrimination, not only by people and stuff, including your body weight as well. You don't create an ad where you show somebody with a stomach and then hold the waistline, the thing so big and then people will say, wow, you are fat shaming.
yeah,
Cannot.
yeah, you can't do that.
No.
And also, don't use misleading information now. Curiosity is okay. Like asking questions for your ad itself, like, would you want to get these results? That one is okay. But using misleading information, now misleading can actually be accurate to you. But for other people, they don't know how to verify it. They consider it as misleading and they might report you. And this one can come from your competitor itself. Your competitor might use it against you. Misleading information. Like 100% guarantee. All these kind of claims Facebook don't like one because they don't know how to verify whether is it true. And if they don't know, they say false, mislead. That's the only best way Facebook do. They don't know, they say that it is, but it might not be. So just try not to use too much of those kind of words, say guarantee, checked by lawyer, checked by doctors. Try not to use that. The other thing is always be consistent. Now, being consistent, Facebook also a very, very big issue in this case as well. Back then, I used to, create one new ad per day. Then suddenly one day I create 10 new ads per day. Facebook say that, oh, Ben, why? Don't know, Ben. Yeah, I was like, what's the problem? Oh, you come out 10 new ads per day instead of one. I was like, what? Facebook is like that one. At any one point they feel that you are not being consistent, including your budget. Say this time your boss tells you to increase the budget by 10,000. You always run 1,000 only. One day you run 10,000. Immediately Facebook, red alert. And it's not really your fault, right? But then try not to one shot change the whole thing itself. All right. Try to go, one step at a time. This week 1,000, next week 2,000, next week 5,000, next week 8,000 instead of 1,000 jump 10,000. Don't do that. Sure kena ban one. Sure you will see this one the next day. The other thing is to avoid payment issues. Facebook is a business themselves, right? If you don't pay your payment on time, you get this as well. So I think Facebook is just being Facebook lah, like all other businesses. They're trying to make as much money as they can. They will ban you if you don't pay. Last but not least, this is something that I learned, a very painful lesson also. So I thought like, you know what? I have an ad account. Why not run 3 different clients' product on one ad account? Facebook will actually look at that like as if like, wow, this is actually a company, right, that has 3 different products, but when they take a look at it, it's 3 different brand or band. So this is one of the things that I realized as well. Facebook is a very, very fickle
You
yeah.
what do you mean by one product for one brand? Imagine if, let's say, for example, you have one brand, say for example protein shake, but you have 4 different kinds of protein shake. You create an ad account for each of these 4 products, is it?
Okay. You create one ad account, you sell 4 different protein shakes, is okay. The category of the product in this case is one product category. You are selling protein shakes, fine. Say one ad account you sell a car. The next ad set you go and sell protein shake. The next ad set you sell shoes. Facebook will say, what is this? What is this? And then all of them, right? You run with or like in this case, one page for one product, right? You run the same page for 3 or 4 different products. They'll start thinking like, what is this? Lelong, is it? Simply out of the blue, just try to have flash sales, is it? But the thing here is very funny, Say you run a convenience store, or you run a brand of convenience store, or chain of convenience store. You sell different products out there. I don't understand how come Facebook allows that. Well, in this case, I try it on myself. I run 3 or 4 different products on the same page. Facebook say flag. They give me this. So all this issue here that I gave you is because I've seen this for each and every one of these issues. And it's amazing. I think there's more, but these are the things that I personally got it lah. Especially the misleading information, I always kena one because I try to use all those kind of words to make people get action, take action immediately. One of my favorite one is the infamous one, 95% success rate. Yes. Those are the ones that I use. You sure cannot ban one. I learned it the hard way. So don't use 95% success rate because 95% success rate. What is 95%? If 10% 9 succeed, you call it 95%. That one maybe can work. Right. But you only have a base of 10 people instead of 100,000 or 100,000. Right. So you can't do that. So try to avoid that. Right. So that's the end of the session that we have. For any of the questions or collaboration that you like to have with us, that's the email, the bestmoneymagnet@gmail.com. I know this one can be a little bit more confusing as what I've told you is Facebook ads. That's the reason why Facebook ads, we have a profession to do it. And hello, Jonah. Hello. Good. All things good. Yeah. But Facebook ads, definitely you have to do it. The reason why I'm saying that you guys have to do because price is getting up. All right. If you don't do it now, you might lose it. That's the reason why I would really suggest you to get into Facebook ads right now. And if you really can't do it on yourself, you can always PM Eddie, myself, WhatsApp me as well. We're all in the 100X group. We can help you run very good Facebook campaigns out there. Of course, like all things, we cannot guarantee because it depends on your offer as well.
Guys, here's the thing. When it comes to iOS 14, this is perhaps not the ideal time to share you on this entire topic for today because we are talking about Facebook ads. But never ever, for a business owner, if you are doing online business, never ever put all your eggs in one basket.
True.
Never put everything on Facebook itself. There are other mediums that you can leverage on, say for example YouTube, TikTok, Instagram
Google.
Reels. And if you're going on Instagram, go on Reels. It's much more better than anything else right there.
One of the insight that I've learned as well, what makes like all businesses what makes people trust you? Why billboard
everywhere?
Works? Yeah, why billboard works is that because you appear everywhere. This is the number one reason why big businesses fail on digital.
By the way, that's the reason why we are also going to be expanding to YouTube channel. So give me an sub as well as follow us on Instagram.
Yes. And also have any questions, let us know. But this is a secret before I end this show itself. Is really you have to be everywhere. You have to be on Facebook, you have to be Instagram, you have to be in TikTok, you have to be on YouTube, you have to be on Google. Because that's the only way you can get trust. Okay. When people see you on Facebook and only on Facebook and they go Instagram, they don't see you. They see like, hey, this person like maybe not so ngam. But if they know a big brand will appear on billboard, they appear everywhere. They always to appear to show you that they are everywhere. It actually builds trust. You know, this kind of marketing used to say that you need to see at least a brand 7 times before they trust you. Now on Facebook, right, when you use to optimize it, or even on awareness ads itself, right, the top of the funnel itself, if your top of the funnel appear more than 5 times, Facebook will not show your ad to them already. They say it's already, you are spamming them already. They're very scared already. So that's the reason why you have to go on to more other places. But start with one first.
Big question. Okay.
Sure.
So now I'm going to go advanced and I'm going to ask real questions to Alden himself. Okay. So if you have a scenario, would you have choose 60% awareness, 20-20 on middle and bottom, or would you have done it 40% awareness and 30-30 for middle and bottom? Which one will you choose?
I will still go in this one. 20 on tofu, mofu, and bofu, 40-40. Middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, 40-40. Top of the funnel, 20. The reason why
because of the ROI, you are getting higher in the middle and bottom, isn't it?
Yes, correct. Because on bofu, bottom of the funnel, and mofu here, it actually focus on conversion. It focus on getting you results.
Sales.
the top of the funnel is just basically, hi, how are you? My name is XYZ. Hi, how are you? I have a product here, really helpful. Hi, how are you? I heard about the new phone, very good one. Can zoom into people house. Yeah, for example, that is basically top of the funnel. So it's basically introduction, right? When you're doing a presentation, what's the most important is the conclusion, not the introduction. Although introduction is important because it makes people want to stay longer all the way to the conclusion. But still,
Okay.
the one that converts, right, that sells is the middle of the funnel and the bottom of the funnel, not the top of the funnel. I've seen agencies also have tried say that, oh, no need lah, we just going to do conversion. Ahem. It
Yeah,
doesn't work that
actually,
way.
that blows my mind. Honestly, it especially those clients who's like, I have to say, those olden marketers, they say that they know everything about marketing, and then when you give them a scenario on digital Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, they totally have no clue. Then they say that your ad is supposed to convert at the one ad. If that ad doesn't convert, nobody buys, even though they've seen once, it means your ad sucks. Then it blows my mind. It's like that doesn't work. It's like you just think about somebody who's on the street giving out flyers. How many of them that actually, when they speak to somebody, immediately they sell? Obviously, there is some really good salesman that can actually get your attention. Maybe that's me. I get your attention. I sell you something on the spot. But not everybody is like me, and probably I'm not that kind of person also. I don't know. Fact
Yep.
being is, not everybody can show one time immediately you sell. Some marketers, they say that there is why is there 1,000 impression, but then only 100 sell? Is not working. I was like, what? Are you mad?
A
This is a
thousand
mad lad.
impression, 100. So I tell that is the best winning campaign already. I'll put a lot of money in there.
Exactly. They say that the impression means somebody see, which means 1,000 people see, only 10% buy, which means the ad doesn't work. I was like, oh my
You
god.
get 2%. You get 2% conversion rate now. I also say very good already. You get 3.5, you're above average already, guys. So
Just think about it. Scenario wise on Facebook is totally different. Facebook, there is a phase where, for example, when you just wake up early in the morning on a Saturday or Sunday morning, you are in a good mood. You scroll on Facebook before you go out to brush your teeth or anything like that, before you even take a shower, you see an ad. You get interested ad, it makes you want to buy. You are in the buying mood. Hence, you take an action. Doesn't mean that sometimes you see an ad, you don't like the product, you don't want to take action. Some people actually save. They click and save they want to buy, but they've forgotten about it. Hence, the retargeting ad I meant very important, because you remind them, oh yeah, this is what they want to buy. Doesn't mean that it's an ad's an issue. The percentage, to be honest, if you can get above 2-3% conversion rate, is already considered very good. It's a numbers game if you go online. It's not the
yep.
same scenario as if your ad is supposed to be like your salesman. If it doesn't convert instantly during the impression, it means it doesn't work. It
Yep.
just blows my mind. It doesn't work
It's
that
also
way.
on the same thing of what this ad account structure I'm showing here is very confusing. Therefore, why you need technically, if you can't do any of this over here by yourself, don't burn your money by trying out yourself unless the objective here is to learn how to do digital marketing yourself. But if you are a business owner or somebody who knows a business who is struggling, definitely you guys can contact me and Eddie. Our info is here. We can run your Facebook ads for you because we have tried and tested and have already secured a recipe that will work. All right. So
Definitely.
we are always open for discussion. Maybe it's just something that you just wanted to ask us questions on your personal ad accounts. To contact us as well. We are feel free to actually give you a free consultation to actually review what are the ads going on and how we can help on that case itself. But for the rest of you who really want to learn about digital marketing, don't worry. I'm actually coming out a course on that. So stay tuned because that's gonna be massive. This is gonna be something, of course. It is for you guys who are always 100x contributors who was watching on our stream. Thank you so much on that. You guys will get a very huge discount. As for the rest of the other team, well, because they are not 100x, we gotta charge them high, right? Because they're not in 100x. Yes. So that's gonna be a next plan moving forward itself. So
It
I'm actually
isn't
a lot of things.
it isn't really just about money, guys. I have to tell you guys about this. You guys know us, we've been doing this for about 2 years, contributing people in 100x. But there's one thing, because without money, we can't scale, we can't help more people. And that's the issue why we sometimes have to monetize some of our content. Hence, we will be throwing up a few workshops in the future. Let us know if you're interested or what kind of workshops that you're interested, so we can cater those workshops for you. There's a few great entrepreneurs that I know that has jam-packed value insights that can share with you guys, but we only know what to give you guys if we know what you guys want. So do communicate with us, let us know what is it that you want, or better yet, what problem you're facing in your business. Is it Facebook ads? Is it content creation? Is it speaking, like how we are speaking right now? Is it about running your own community? Maybe how to do live stream, or how to do great presentation slides, how to do copywriting, how to create a good ad. These are all specifics that you need to know exactly what you want, so that we can cater for you guys. 100x, because we have already been giving you guys so much value. It's very transparent that we are giving you guys the first-hand experience, and it's also very experienced that we are also asking you guys to give us the first-hand feedback, so that we can improve it and hopefully impact more people who actually needed our services, or our tips that we are sharing, to impact more people, help more people, and just do generally good for the world. Not only everything goes into our pocket, because we need to scale. Yeah.
All right, so that's all for today. I gotta go work out already. My workout session is normally at night, so I'll see you guys next week. Stay safe, guys. Okay, right now new COVID variant, very dangerous. Take care, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Ciao.